I'm a private person, right? So if a woman stays at my place too long and I don't feel like I'm feeling her like that, like outside of the circumstance of why she was there,
Hmm.
you're now turning my good time into a bad time.
And that's cool, but don't sit here and be telling me that you are feeling me like that though. That's what I'm saying. Like we discussed all of these
No, I'm
things.
saying what I'm saying for me. Forget your scenario.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
saying I'm not saying that. I've never said that, but for some reason you did feel like you was on stage tonight. Do you think it's rude for me to say like who should be the announcer of like
Oh,
it's time for you to
uh,
leave? Because aren't you making me rude at that point?
I think I think you should be the announcer, but it should be for before she comes.
That you're not staying all night. Like, how do you
In
say
a
it?
in a nicer way, yeah.
How do you say it nicely to you? Like, yo, I know you about to come over here and we about to do the 1-2, but what you doing after this? All right. What's your
No, we
plans
more
after
like
you leave? That's like you.
hey, yeah, I know you want to stay tonight and everything, but tonight I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, like I don't know if you plan on staying, but I was hoping that I could afterwards
So
spend the night to
listen, if
myself.
I'm coming over there, I'm staying over there. You ain't gonna get this without that.
That's what you're telling me.
That's what girls will say.
Then I gotta let it go then.
And we ain't gonna let that go. I guess
Then
she's
don't
staying.
complain that what I'm saying. Uh, she didn't know when to leave
Or
because she
don't
told you she's staying
or
all night. If she come.
and don't get mad when he gets in and kick you out. Because I did tell you I don't want you to stay. We both said this. We're both telling the truthful thing. I did say I don't want you to stay. He
But
hit me
then we
with an
came to
ultimatum.
but I didn't agree that you
I
was.
didn't agree to
We
yours
agreed
either.
that you were letting me
I
stay. Because
said
I said if I come, I'm staying over there all
and I
night.
said I heard you.
See, that's that mind game stuff.
Hey, in law, words are very important.
Okay, so this I think guys should like be able. I won't say be able to accept. Guys should be more okay with not getting sex after you don't took the woman out, even though y'all
Yeah,
that
we
was
do
y'all
that
agreement.
already. We don't
That's y'all
like it.
agreement.
No, we don't like it. It happens, don't it?
So we have a discussion that if you take me out, we're gonna have sex afterwards, and it doesn't happen.
That does happen a lot. You don't think that happens to it? You don't have a headache?
What?
An emergency don't pop up? Period started out of nowhere?
Oh, I don't think it happens as often.
I definitely disagree. But I don't know how often you be trying to get it. So
Wait, get what?
I'm like, so what's your like?
Oh yeah.
What's your stats in this? Where's your point of reference coming
I didn't
from?
think that was still happening for like grown ups. I figured guys like in their
Oh,
twenties
you
for
think
the
girls
most
don't
part.
play games as adults?
As a whole, those games no. When I say as a whole, like
Like
what's the
misleading?
ratio?
Misleading?
As adults,
As a
I
grown
don't
woman?
I don't know because I don't know any women that do. So I'm gonna just say no.
You don't know women that mislead guys, is what you're saying?
At this point, no, I don't.
Okay. Pure intentions. I feel you.
Most of the women I know, I can't think of
But you only
anybody
know
on
like
top.
one woman.
No,
Well, who's like
I have
that's your
family
friend? You know,
members.
family
I
members.
got coworkers.
I don't count coworkers because you don't know them. The word "no" is just big to me.
I mean, if they tell you, they tell you. If they don't, they don't.
Niggas lie all the time, b.
Like, but then why is she pretending she's like just like if she's
People
talking about, oh,
have
I met this guy, you're not gonna
people have.
brag about somebody that you don't plan
Let's
that you
talk
don't
about
intend on being
let's
with.
talk about this, right? Do you know everybody alive, and I mean every person alive, right, goes deal with imposter syndrome?
What's imposter syndrome?
Having basically you have an image of yourself versus the reality of yourself. Like you know who you want to
Oh,
be versus who you actually are.
I don't know in terms of women because, like I said, I don't pay attention to women on that level.
Okay.
You understand? But I do in my experience. It's a lot of guys out here that have imposter syndrome,
So you don't
thinking
know
they something
no
that they not.
even okay. And I just say everybody has it, right? Um so you just say you just never looked at a woman. You never met a woman just off of her actions or whatever. Like you like you be fine. You know, like you've been around them enough to know that some things don't match.
Well, I think a lot of women's attitudes, in general, depending on like the area, they think they all at to an extent anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well
That's the attitude that they hold.
that's their image.
But in terms of like, you know, somebody saying I'm a good person, what? I'm a good woman or a good man. I don't hear women talk about they're a good woman, but I don't know. They could.
What? Hey, can I ask you? Oh, let me ask you this: have you ever heard a woman say they're a bad woman? Like, okay, how often? Because obviously a woman could have went through something and realized it, right? But have you ever just like a woman's like, I ain't shit. I know I ain't shit. I know I'm gonna fuck up his life. Like those. Have you ever heard a woman say that?
In those words, no.
All right, in what
Like it's like
words?
it'll be like depression or something. It'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I get with him, I'm just gonna mess his life up. You know, he has this going for him. I don't have any of these things. I've heard people vent, but in terms of
I'm
like
talking about
those
like
words, like, oh,
initially.
I'm not a good woman. Like,
No, I'm
no.
saying like initially. Let's just say you're single. You're living your you're living your life, right? Good summer day. You're not depressed or nothing. So it's just more of like a self awareness. Like if somebody just asked you about yourself, you would just say, "Would you?" And if you knew you wasn't a good woman, do you feel like
Those wouldn't be my words. I'd be
okay?
like, you know what? I have my I'm not perfect. You know, I have my challenges, but I'm working on it. I'm working on being the best person I can. Like, again, you don't have to
I'm with
say
that.
I ain't nothing.
No,
But
I'm
in a
with you
sense,
on that.
that's like you saying, look,
But
like I got
but
some things I need to
but
work
do
on.
you? How often do you feel like
Women do that.
just at regular conversation? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, on both sides of it, I don't feel like people do it, right? But I feel like in the society, men have it's more on Front Street that men whatever the men don't do, right? Versus like, all right, so we understand that. Now, what about y'all?
Men.
Women. I'm
Oh.
saying like on society, guys are dogs, they cheat, but whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool, we understand that. Some guys are like that, we're like that.
What about us?
But where do you see the conversation about women
All
about
the time. Now.
from now? But that's still like a nuance though.
I mean, it's men and women that's doing it. And I feel like even then, like you got what is it? No Scrubs, and then he came out with Chicken
You
Head.
talking about myself? All
I'm
right,
saying in
now
general, like
I'm with you, but that's for, okay. So I'm saying like when it comes to like words like accountability stuff like that, right? When you ask a woman like, all right, so tell me what you did wrong, they like break down because they can't like think of anything they ever did wrong.
well, like I said, recently I've been somewhat experiencing that too, but on the male, like on the male from the male side, where it's just like what happens is women we're not usually called narcissists when basically we are in a sense,
I agree.
but men we will like literally like Google the word narcissist, pin the traits, and then like be like, oh yeah, this is you.
You don't want that's what you gotta do to us.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
like
not right.
like we label you as a narcissist when y'all don't look like the connotation behind narcissist. I mean, narcissist is not a good thing in my opinion, but I'm just saying in
Right.
general, like you know, yeah, we put labels on y'all. Y'all don't typically be like, oh, she's a what
Yeah.
is an ain't shit woman. I
And,
don't really like hear a man
and
talk like that. Ain't shit woman.
this is why I like to say I think the difference between guys and girls. I think is a big part for understanding part, right? Basically, men have our idea of what a woman should be, right? So we're just saying like, I look at women like this, right? I feel like you should be more feminine. I think you should do it like this, right? But women are like, no, if you were a man, you would do this. Like I could tell you as a woman how you should be as a man. So I don't feel like we tell y'all how y'all literally should be. It's like, hey, this is our
It'd be like a
idea.
real man with a this and that.
Exactly. And
Y'all
then
do y'all. You be like a real woman with so and so. And I'm like, what? At
no,
least,
but we're going off of what other women are saying, right? Where it's like, all right, a woman should be you know, just saying like certain class or whatever
and you
it's
don't
at.
think we're doing the same?
Not the way. No, y'all say like we say, hey, this is how we're saying. Let's say a wife should act. Right here go the role models. This is why we're saying it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is everybody ingredients right here. This is how a wife should act. So we're going off that standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not taking nothing away from you as a woman. You like, nah, you ain't no man. Because like we ain't ever like there's nothing we can take away from you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all like that's what the demasculine. Is there a word for Is it defemininity? Is that a word?
I don't know. It could be. I don't
What
know.
what is the anti word? Because like I know it's feminist. That's empowerment of women.
Unfeminine.
Unfeminine.
I would think. I don't know for sure. I
Okay,
had to Google that.
it may be. All right, you're not acting as like you're not acting as, but we're not saying you're not a female. You see what I'm saying? Like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
you're not acting the most female-ish. but you're still a woman, but it can be better. You like, no, you're not a man because of this reason.
Does it sound a little weird depending on how y'all say it? Where you be like, yo, you're not a woman, you know, because then it
I don't
looks a
hear
little
a
weird
man
on
saying
you.
it like literally like you're not a woman because I feel like, and if anything, guys, because we have to for one, right? But we guard the line of like you're like, all right, we're guys.
That level of disrespect.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's why like guys will remind a stud no matter how much a nigga you look like. You a girl, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, that's your line. This is our line.
Yeah.
So yeah, we respect y'all line. Cool, y'all females. We have what we feel like y'all should be or whatever like that. But we're not taking that shit away from you unless you're taking it away from you. Like, nah, if you a little hood ratchet joint, like you still a girl. No, you're not the feminist, most proper professional. You know what I'm saying? But you're
Could
a
be
girl.
because men are more they're more competitive.
They're more realistic.
No, I'm just saying, like, so if I sit here
Realistic.
and be tough on you, that might push you to do it. If you tough on us, it might cause us to break down. So why would you tell us that?
Tell you the truth.
In that manner.
In what manner?
I'm saying, like, you know how, like, some people, I guess as men, you care about being more masculine. You care more about looking masculine than a woman might care about looking feminine, about the things that she says and does.
Okay.
Because that's what y'all put on it, in a sense.
Okay.
You know, so now her telling you, don't be no punk or whatever, is actually pushing you, in a sense. But you telling her don't be no punk, now she feels like a punk and actually kind of, you know.
Okay, it has an adversary. Okay, yeah. I hear what you're saying. You
now it doesn't help her when she's doing it to try to get you to where. But
what I'm saying is, yours, mate, in your situation, yours is helping him. I'm saying in the other scenario, it don't be always helping him, especially because of who you are to me. This is how guys really look at it, because maybe I just don't believe it. We go out in this world. Of course, once again, just before we're just talking about men for a second, right? We both sides go through it, but we go out into the world. We go through what we go through. We really look at it like the quote unquote the world's against us, but you not. You supposed to be the one that's not against me, right? Mm-hmm. There's certain things that if the world threw at me and said, I gotta take that because that's the world, and I expect that from the world. You know what I'm saying? But I don't expect that from you. So when you say it, that's why it's way worse, because now it's going. Y'all hit like certain.
Of all the people that could have said it and it didn't hurt, it came from you. And
Exactly.
I mean, I forgot you said you're just explaining.
And just in the manner of it. That's it.
It's hard not to like.
Because you can say, hey, I don't feel like you're the most masculine guy, and you could break it down. It could. I'm not saying it can't hurt his feelings, but it's like, all right, I'm explaining it in a non-offensive way, right? But if y'all just like, yo, you punk ass nigga, you like, damn, you bitch ass nigga.
Even her saying, hey, I feel like you're not a masculine guy will hurt you more than saying, hey, I feel like you're not like a feminine.
Well, you can't determine that.
Most men, I'm just saying, most men will take that like, yo, a man didn't say you're not a man, a woman said you're not a man.
I feel like guys have more. All right, even though
so this woman doesn't look at you like a man.
So let me say it like this. Although, like I said, I feel like girls, we don't quote unquote use the word ego for girls, right? But if both people have it, males' pride and ego is way bigger.
And that's why me saying, even if I said it nicely, like, hey, I feel like, you know,
I say feelings will get hurt.
A lot of things you do aren't masculine. It's just like, there's no way to say it. That's like
No, I didn't say it's not gonna hurt, but the way y'all saying that shit.
So if a girl was,
saying some wild shit.
I'm just saying, if a girl was trying to tell a guy that like his penis is small, like what's the best way to? It's the same thing. Like, don't yell at me that my penis is small. Sit down and call me. Tell me.
I guess it's like yes. I'm guessing for them. I don't know. Like I don't know, but.
Like for those guys, like,
for those people,
it's funny.
But
I'm just saying, like if a woman was to say something about that, you
understand tone and delivery plays a part into. You could go. It's the whole ripping the Band-Aid off, right? You could go slow, it's gonna hurt. You go fast, it's gonna hurt. Which one is just you got to know that person. Which way is better, right? In a scenario. So just for sensitive subjects, there's a difference between like. Hey, I guess in that scenario, you're not the biggest guy, but I can rock with it, right? Versus, nigga, what's that small little thing? I can't even see it. Like, can you see it? Like, you like, oh shit.
So, okay, if a girl did tell a guy that his thing is smaller, right?
All right.
No matter what way she said it, does that make him try to prove to her that, hey, you're wrong? I mean, or it not you're wrong, but like I'm still. It depends
on the person, right? Now you're just talking about the person, right? Some people, if I just had to use categories to keep it simple, right? Some people weak-minded, some people strong-minded, some people that's a deterrent, some people that's a motivation. It depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't really matter on gender. That's just how you are as a person. You could be sensitive as shit. Or
as a guy.
Or let me, and I'm okay. I can say this from. All right, let me say this as from a guy. I'm hoping I'm defending the small ones for them, right? Some girls don't like bigger sizes. They actually prefer smaller sizes, right? And they like, no, I like a whatever the smaller size they prefer, right?
Oh, we ain't talking about that girl.
No, but I'm saying as far as the guy having the confidence, right? Because if you hit that right class that like it, they love it. So you really is the man in this weight class. You know what I'm saying? But if you went up the weight class and they don't like it, it could be true too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's kind of like the example where you were saying that, you know, you use people kind of telling you, you know, that you're not, I guess.
I don't like you. What's the word that we looking for?
That you're not, I don't know, at work. I'm saying, like, I'm not saying
friendly.
No, not friendly. Like, if whatever it is that you put your mind to, like Jonathan, not determined. Like you're just not successful in that sense, right? And whatever it is you're trying to do. I'm saying, like, let's say the podcast. Remember, you had the homemade the podcast. He was like, "Hey, John, your podcast ain't you ain't making no podcast." Remember, you were saying it actually motivated you. So her negativity about whatever could motivate him to be like,
yeah, but I'm that type of nigga. Yeah, but I'm saying I'm that type of nigga, and there's those type of niggas that it works for, right? Or I could be a sensitive ass person, and whatever you say that don't, let's say people pleasers. Those are the perfect people, right? I'm a people pleaser, so I'm always looking for validation from somebody else. And you not validating me has now made it the worst thing in life to me. Man or female, doesn't matter. Especially if you're a sensitive ass nigga with a fragile ego. So if I'm over here, I never felt the manliest, but now, let's say I do feel manly today, right? And you was like, you bitch ass nigga, that nigga may jump off the roof. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? You just never know the situation. So, all right, I'm not going to get into the specifics of whatever. How do you feel about beta males? Are they for you? How do you look at that situation altogether?
Well, I typically don't go by the whole alpha beta and such because I feel like some things are
okay. I'm gonna change the word. A more submissive man. Is that better?
Beta sounds better submissive. But okay, I don't think that would work for me. You know, because that's not I'm not a forceful or
you don't have to be forceful. All right, so let me. And I understand.
I was trying to think of what's the opposite of submissive.
Not dominant.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a dominant, you know.
You don't have, and this is what I'm trying to say. So just like a lot of words like submissive and I guess submissive is for females, beta is for males, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with those words, people take it as a negative connotation. They feel like you have to be a certain type of individual for you to be in that placement as far as kind of how you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. You're not dominant as a female. I think that's what you're saying, right?
Right.
So, but especially in the modern day, right, being submissive in or beta is more of a support role, right? So as a woman, you may say, I want a guy to support me. Basically, he's thinking about you first in all situations. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So to me, most women, I'm just going off the thought, would want a beta. You'll probably get the proper love from a beta
or a submissive man. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Because he's literally all for you, right? Whatever you want, your desires is number one over his. Mm-hmm. You his world. So why wouldn't you want that? Like a guy who's all for you.
We do want that, but well, we also want the guy who is a little bit more, I want to say, of a I won't say of a leader, but a little bit more kind of structured and not structured, but firm in a sense.
He could be firm. That's just not his everyday role. It's not, instead of 7 days a week, he might do it 1 day a week. Like he's not like he. Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is whatever, let's quote unquote say, alphas usually exude day to day. It's not like he ain't capable of doing it, right? He's still a man. It's just he don't have that need to. That's like the first kind. You know what I'm saying? Kind of outwardly exposure.
I mean, as long as you're not soft with it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't say a beta is a bitch. I'm just saying he is literally just saying, like, as far as if you're going priority level in relationship.
If there's no negative connotation behind male being a beta, then why is it that we don't hear
I know
a lot of men refer themselves as beta? Most men you ask them, they say alpha.
It's not natural for a man to be submissive to a woman, for a man's DNA, like the feeling of being a man. Like, it's hard to explain, right? But it's just like the feeling of being a man. It's not exactly the most naturalness to follow. To follow first.
So in y'all minds, technically there is no beta, unless when it comes to
should not be.
What do you mean it should not be?
Like, we're fine with it. Like, it's one of those realistic. Like, they out there. We don't care. It's not bothering us. So it's not like, all right, if you're a beta, you're a beta then. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with me being an alpha.
That's what I said. Most men consider themselves alphas because they're not gonna. I mean, they're less likely to be like, yeah, I'm a beta.
No, but there is a difference of how you act. Like, you know, there's some guys out here where it's like if they walk in the room, like, it's just, I feel like it's the energy, quote unquote, of like you could tell who's just a little bit more, you want to say, aggressive or assertive in the situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Male or female, that's just their personality type. Like I said, and I feel like for guys, right, we don't look at them as any less of a man. It's just we don't do what you're doing, right? It's different ways to skin the cat, right? That's the way you're winning the game, then cool. You might be a lover boy, right? That, quote unquote, Romeo out here. I'm not about to do all that stuff over here. I might be rough and rugged. They both work. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just I wouldn't do that just like he wouldn't do what I'm doing. It's just y'all may prefer that as far as the dominance, like the presence and the, you know what I'm saying, the energy that goes along with it. I can understand that. But that also comes with another type of energy.
Yeah.
They're not as attentive to you because it's really about me. Because once again, with me, everything else comes versus the other way around.
Yeah, I think women are more likely to, like I said, admit it, and then like are openly admit that, oh yeah, I'm masculine. But guys aren't. Like I said, it's just not y'all's natural.
Why is a whole lot of LGBT
men?
Yeah. So you can't say that.
It's funny you said that. Why they gotta be gay?
Or no, I'm just saying though. But no, I'm just saying to your point. That's all I'm saying. Where you said there's not a lot of men who are outly yes there is. Nicki Minaj fans are one of the biggest, so I don't agree with that. Yeah, okay. that was a good one.
I can't say what I want to say.
But that's a good one, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Know. It's not. I understand how you try to do it, but that's like a good little chess piece where you're like, I didn't see that one coming.
Like I said, you got me. I can't say what I want,
but to me, it's to each their own.
You said what I be.
It's just I feel like in theory, right? It's just like I just feel like, all right, we're humans. We're all contradictory. Like, we're attracted to opposites, right? You know what I'm saying? The hood guy likes the good girl. Good girl likes the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. Dark skin like light skin like dark skin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the dynamic of that is just crazy because it makes it harder to work. But if it does work, it's like, oh, you really found the balance of what it's supposed to be. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, I don't know, but I would just say for females, I feel like y'all would like that a beta more because it's more about you.